This looks like a good spot for a table. So I got more pallets. They're a little broken up, but I'm just going to use them for framing. And then I started putting up this stuff, this USB. I got all these free USB pieces from a neighbor. So I'm just going to block everything that's in there. And here I've just been throwing garbage that I find on the side of the road. There's just tires. This hose was mine, but it broke. Paper. And then I've been putting road base in there as well. So I'll throw a bunch of buckets of road base so that it's solid at the bottom, and then I'll throw my trash in between the buckets of road base. And this was a test. It didn't work out that well. It's starting to fall off, but it's not going to matter. There's going to be a rock in front of this. So I can start covering this whole thing in a couple weeks. And then my plan is to go all the way to the top so I can stand up there all the way around and then start pushing weight against it. Now it's pretty solid right now, but I want to push as much weight. I want to put as much weight pushing against it as possible all the way to the top. And then from here, look how straight that is. It looks perfect. And I got rubber up top, so I don't have to worry about the rain getting the inside wet. And then rubber is up there to protect the inside of the chicken coop slash my little house for a while. Then I got my table. Started working on a little walkway. Got my little porch. And then soon I want to paint something on here. I'm not sure what yet, but this is just an old storm window I found in the garbage. Now on the other side is just the wall. What I did was I leaned this up against it and then kept an opening, which is from there to there, where I can dispose of garbage. So there's a bunch of plastic bottles, glass bottles, all my sandbags, the lime bags, everything that would sit in a landfill, I just threw in here. Now if I clean this off, you can see all the garbage. I thought about just cleaning it and leaving that exposed, but it looks ugly. Alright, so I got this weed blocker thing that you put over the rubber to protect it from the sun. Kind of thin, or not thin, like it's not that wide, so I'll have to cut it in half. So that's the idea. Just cover all the rubber with this stuff, and then over top of it The next move for this, what will be a living roof-ish, it's not going to be like a full-on living roof, but I'm gonna get pebbles or gravel and put it along the top, and then on top of the gravel I'll put these pallets, and then I'm gonna get some potted plants and put them all on the edges so that the ivy or whatever I grow there grows over past the rubber. I'm working on this back area. I gotta cut that piece off because I messed up, but now because I don't want the weight of any of the floor to be on the screws, I have to fit a 2x4 that's 10 inches from up there to down there. Did I cut this already? Maybe this piece will fit. So that's in there pretty good. Now I can take this one off, and then I'll put some kind of bracing, or whatever you call it, from here all the way up to the top of there. I wonder if I can use this to get that off. See, the blade's really small and it doesn't go all the way through. But I have to go down this way. How do I do this? Good enough, because this is all going to be blocked anyway. And all these spare wood pieces I use to cook dinner. I want to plant this yellow watermelon. So I'm going to build some planters out of these pallets I got off Craigslist. I wonder if I should wrap the inside with plastic. I think I actually have some weed barrier. I'll put that in there. So I'll just shove this in here. That way it doesn't leak out the sides. And I'll hide it. But eventually the plant should grow over it. But I don't want to see this ugly white part. That's me. All right, I'll let these sides dry, and then when they're dry, I'll glue this part down. Right now I'm going to put the gravel on the roof. Looks pretty good. I don't really like using this topsoil because it's not organic, but actually, is it? So I put these lava rocks around there too, make it look nicer.
This guy hooked me up with a ton of free wood. I found him on nextdoor.com. He even delivered it for me.
Thanks again. So I got a ton of stuff for free. All right, I got all that, that thing, all that, those two pieces, all that stuff, all that, a lot of that, all that, and that. So I'm thinking with all that stuff, I should be able to build off the rest of this and be able to seal up the rest of all this and build a door frame, because right now what's holding me back is windows. I really don't want to buy them. So I do have a bunch of these left, but they don't open. I feel like I need a window that opens. I think that's important. So if I can find a sliding glass window here, or maybe, and as I think this, there's no way I'm going to be able to do it because I'm dumb. But if I can take one of these windows and build some kind of thing on it so that you push it open, I wonder how hard that would be. Because I would love to have one big window right there that I can push open and closed. All right, so this one I didn't. Look, this is the first one I built, and every time it rains it falls apart a little. I'm just waiting for the rainy season to end, and then I gotta order more clay. No big deal. I got nothing but time. See all this starting to break? All that fell off. Look at that. But this one's holding up perfect. I mean, little stuff. I got the mixture right with this one, but we got crazy rain last night, and there's barely any damage. And if there is, I know where it's at. But everything's good. That one little spot, that's no big deal. And then back here, this spot always falls off anytime it rains, so I'll just have to fix that. And probably, yeah, right here. But it just falls off down there. I pick it up and I put it back. But no damage, but everything else is perfect. So what I did with this one that I didn't do with the sauna is I mixed in lime with the clay, sand, and straw. And it made it way stronger. I mean, and then I oiled the crap out of it. So I oil it all the time to make sure that it doesn't break apart. But it's okay. You'll learn. Because then when I go to do the main house, which is this atrocity, I'll know what I'm doing for the most part.